Hey, I've got some good news for you guys. Season 3 is going to start a little sooner than we had planned.
About 6 weeks sooner than we had planned.
Oh my goodness, 6 weeks sooner.
Why is that, Kent?
So last week on YouTube we talked, where do we get stories from? Where do we get our tales from? It comes out of our life.
And we've got a doozy one for you today.
It's huge.
It's crazy. All right, let's get into it.
Hey guys, we've had a development today. What do you think?
A little scary. We actually are no longer working at the campground.
I think us and the other couple the three couples that run this campground are all done today.
We're done. It's over. And it was a big blow up.
Yep.
And lots of offensive words spoken from the manager to us, and no ear to listen to any reason or logic or explanation. She's calling Kent lazy. She's saying that the staff just sits around and does nothing all day long, comparing us to all the old staff that were so amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're done. So whew, that was intense. We will be talking more about it. We just want to give you our initial reaction.
Yep, stay tuned.
Our adrenaline is pumping pretty high.
We'll give you the details as they come down.
Sort of smiling because we're like, you know what? It's time.
Yeah.
I think we can only be pushed so far.
We've endured enough now.
Yeah.
The end was within sight, and I think it started to get ramped up, and screws started to get turned.
Yeah. Well, when there's total disrespect from your boss,
yeah,
you can put up with a lot of crap, but when it comes to that, it's like, you know what? There's no understanding here.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, we will continue the saga as we go. All right, so that just happened. Isn't that crazy? I just can't even believe that this just went down. But we do want to share with you a little bit of the story about how this actually happened.
Yes.
Because I know you're dying to know. And I think there's what?
I'll hold the red book.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because I know you're dying to know the nitty-gritty details, which we're not going to actually share the nitty-gritty details because that's just not fair. I don't even know where to start.
I know.
Guys, I don't even know where to start with this because it's totally so unreal. Completely unreal. So
unrealistic. It's just, who writes this stuff?
I think we're actually kind of a little bit in shock.
Who writes this stuff? My goodness.
All right, so the way this all started is that our manager demanded an absolutely unreasonable request of the guys who are working out in the yard.
That's
in
right.
The campground field. What was the request, Kent?
The request was to take a pickaxe and a shovel and do an edging in the gravel between the gravel and the grass on every campsite in the entire campground.
With a pickaxe and shovel, guys, like I'm not even kidding. This is like manual labor, like 1800s kind of stuff.
Your dad's almost 70.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
Oh, and you have to do all your composting duties too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Anyway, so first of all, we verified that it actually was indeed to be done by hand. Kent had been making some phone calls to rent equipment or bring in a landscaping company, and she was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Nope, this has to be done by hand. And I verified that specifically.
She actually came at me and said, I give you a 3-minute window to decide if you're going to do it or not do it.
You have 3 minutes to decide. Kent's like, okay, that's crazy. So
this is
he
interesting.
Texted the other guy who wasn't on site at the time. The other guy's like, no way, I'm not doing that by hand.
So we had a confrontation.
My dad was actually busy doing a different chore, so he wasn't part of this confrontation. But my mom and I and Kent went and confronted the manager and said, look, this is absolutely unreasonable. You can't be asking this of the guys. And then, and then all hell broke loose.
So Lisa's mom said, you are not going to burden my husband to do that kind of physical labor that is going to
it'll wreck his body, like his
make
hips,
him
his back,
unable
his
to
knees.
do life.
That's a completely ridiculous request. And my mom refused. She said, no, we are not doing that. I will not allow my husband to do that.
And guess what the next line was? The next line was, hand over your keys.
There were some other things said in between there with very heated exchange.
Yeah.
But overall, she was basically like, then if you're not going to do what I tell you to do, you're not going to do the work that I hired you to do, then you are out of here.
Yep.
And you can leave.
Terminated.
Give me your keys.
On the spot.
Yep, completely terminated. So my mom said fine. She gave her the keys. She went back to get my dad, told my dad what had happened. My dad handed in his keys, and Kent and I both looked at her and we just said, "You're unreasonable, we can't work for you.
Yeah.
This is absolutely ridiculous." And kind of gave her our our viewpoints on her management style thus far. And then we left. We said we're done.
Yeah.
And then Kent did a really awesome thing. He actually called the president of the club that owns the campground.
Yeah.
And said, "This just went down. I think you need to be on site to deal with this." So that was awesome. She came down right away.
Yeah.
And the manager told us we had until like 10 o'clock that night. Well, she didn't say 10 o'clock. She just said, I want you out of here tonight.
Yeah.
So that was at about 2:30 in the afternoon. So, wow, this is like hard to talk about because it's just like bringing up so much
Energy.
garbage. Like this isn't
The wrong kind of information.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. So the president came down with a committee member. We talked with them. They asked us to stay at least for a day or two so that we could possibly get this resolved. We said yes, we would continue working actually if the committee decided that the manager would be managing the campground off-site. We can't
And let the
deal with
committee-
her anymore.
Let us deal with the committee through the next 6 weeks just to
Yeah.
finish it off nicely.
I mean, the manager could still do everything she needs to do. Anyway, so the committee handled it as best they could. In the end, we were told to leave on Tuesday,
Yep.
Black Tuesday. And so we did. We were out of there by noon.
Was that
we had
the
to pack
13th?
up fairly quickly. It was the 13th. That's hilarious.
Then, when you have found the shrubberies, you must cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with a herring. We shall do no such thing.
Anyway, where does that leave us now? So at this point, I know that many of you will ask the question of legal action. Kent, what do you say about that?
Well, first of all, the committee made sure all of the things owed to us were given to us.
Our paychecks and our other bonuses that we had agreed upon at,
Yeah.
at the beginning in the contract. So yeah, we got all that stuff taken care of, which is great.
Yeah. And where does that leave us? Well, we do have everything from May
Yeah.
and actually before that well documented.
Yeah, everything is well documented and
The
supported.
documentation is lengthy. The campground committee does have detail from the beginning to the end of what we've had to endure and what the circumstances were for our termination. They were very sorry to not be involved earlier.
They were actually, we appreciated their honesty in that. They said we should have been down here more often, checking up on things. And they just weren't, which made us feel like we had no recourse, no option, nobody to talk to about things as things were happening, you know? So now it gets to this culmination of crisis and blows up, right? The committee handled it as well as they possibly could. Are we going to take legal action? We can't discuss that at this moment.
That's right. We'll keep that undisclosed.
That has to be confidential at this point. But we will pursue whatever we need to pursue
The
to
reason
protect the campground and future people
that
who are
is the
working
purpose.
there.
The purpose
Yeah.
is to effect change.
Yes.
It is, and that is the foundation of what we would need to be pushing for.
Hang on. I just want... All right, so the purpose of follow through is what, Kit?
The purpose is to effect change.
Yeah.
That is the foundation of what we're talking about because we do not want this to continue. It is wrong for the community.
Yeah.
It's wrong for the workers. It's wrong for the campers.
It's just ethically wrong all around,
So
yeah.
we have to call it out.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the crappy part of what just happened this week.
But I will say one thing, and that is a statement that keeps going through my brain, and that is this. You never judge a situation or a company or a person when everything's going great, because their judge of character comes out when things fall apart.
Interesting, hey?
Yeah, when things fall apart with a country, with a company, with a person, with any organization, when things all go sideways, go bad, that's when you see true character.
Yeah.
And that's an opportunity for the campground committee,
For the club that owns
for the
that.
club,
Yeah.
for the city, for the town to set it right.
Yeah,
and
we
that's what
challenged
we're
them
hoping.
to do that. We're like, we hope you guys do well with this.
Yeah.
So let's see how it all goes down. There might be a terminated part 2.
Could be.
We'll have to see what comes down the pike. Anyway, so last night we stayed in the Walmart parking lot, which was great, in Okotoks. So that's the same town that we've been in.
Yep.
And from here, we're heading to our friend's acreage for a few days. Then we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We do know that we want to stay in Alberta for a while.
Yeah. But there's some amazing places in Alberta we want to go and visit.
Hey guys. Hey. So yeah, we definitely want to go check out some cool places. So basically our summer has opened up. We can go travel. Yeah!
And
we're
will.
super excited about that.
And the places where we're going to be able to stay overnight, a few nights, well, guess what? All of the tools, the options for finishing off the things we need on the rig, it's all available. So it's great.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to launch season 3 exactly as we had planned, just a little sooner.
And you know what? Speaking of where we're going next, we just want to say thank you so much to our community here.
Yeah.
We have friends and family, YouTube subscribers. We have so many people that have reached out to us and said, you can stay on my land, you can stay at my house, you can park in my cul-de-sac. So
yeah. Thank
you. You guys, it's been a really rough week and we totally appreciate your support and your kindness and your love. It's amazing.
Yes.
There are some people in this world who are mean, nasty bullies. But there are many more people in this world who are awesome like you.
Yes. And we've felt that from the bottom of our heart.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're in the Okotoks area or planning on coming through the Okotoks area, don't come and see us at the campground. We're not there anymore.
We're not there.
It reminds me of a Johnny Paycheck song, you know.
Which we won't quote. Because we have kids who watch it.
But it does say, take this job, you know that one.
That one, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Good
we're not
song.
at the campground anymore. And what was the other thing we were going to say?
Well, time to grab life by the tail.
Yeah, let's do it.
What does that mean?
It's tricky because we're hurt, we're offended, we are damaged, but we are not going to let that take us out and take us down. So
we had some high hopes for this.
we did. We really, really did.
We poured our life into it. We did well.
We learned a ton of stuff.
We met so many of you.
That was awesome.
That was excellent.
So that's part of grabbing life by the tail, I
Yes.
think, is to appreciate what you have, count your blessings, and then say, hey, there's more in the future. There's more stuff to see. We're gonna miss that area. We're gonna miss that campground, those walks on the river,
Yep.
seeing the deer and the owls. That's too bad. But like my daughter Anna said to us, you know what, guys? There are lots more walks that are just as beautiful, if not more so. So we're gonna go find those places.
Now we've also learned some things about work camping, so we're going to disclose those things to you over the next couple of weeks also.
There will definitely be more work camping videos coming up. So keep in tune.
Keep posted.
Keep tuned. Keep posted. Keep watching this channel.
That's right.
Speaking of which, if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. We totally appreciate your support.
Yeah,
And hit that like button.
absolutely.
All right, we're back in traffic. I'm Lisa.
My name is Kent and we're living light RV, and that's too loud.
We're grabbing life by the tail. We'll see you next week. Woo!